What's going on, guys? I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. I know I'm a bit delayed for this, but here I am now talking about today. I'm going to be talking about. I wanted to touch on like how much each trailer costs for the Game Awards. One in particular that I learned how much it costs earlier today, and then I want to go over all the winners and give my thoughts because I know there's been a lot of mixed reactions to this. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about what I talk about today, do let me know. Leave a comment down below. All right, let's get into it. So first of all, Game Awards happened, I'd say about a week ago, and I watched the whole thing. I watched the entire thing. Like the pre-show with the countdown. I watched everything. I watched all the trailers. Not a lot of them piqued my interest, but one I was most upset about was Witcher 4. With the way, well, I haven't finished Witcher 3 yet, but when I do finish Witcher 3, Witcher 4, from what I've seen, is going to be even more, is going to be horrible. Like, it's got a lot of bad reactions to it since the trailer came out. And apparently, this right here is why. Well, and not only that, but the story of it is not true to the lore. Like, Ciri, from what I've heard, is not supposed to be a witcher. And from what I've heard, you spend all of Witcher 3 stopping Ciri from becoming a witcher because in the lore, women can't be witchers. So, I mean, that kind of brought it out there for me, but still, I'm still playing through it, but I would love to beat it at some point, even though people are saying, I've had people tell me, well, you should finish it right now, and I'm like, no, I have other games to play. I'm playing other games. I can't just play one game. I have to play multiple games to kind of to make sure I'm not bored, which is the thing about me. But anyway, apparently, from what I've heard, all the trailers at the Game Awards cost $250,000 a piece to play at the event, and from what I've heard, it was also $100,000 more for every minute afterwards. Which I learned that The Witcher 4 was 6 minutes, which I'm like, that's a long time for one trailer. And I did the math, and it was like it cost CD Projekt Red $1.2 million to advertise it at the Game Awards. I thought, what? That's nuts. That's just nuts. But and it was just not. And he says it right here. It's a huge racket that is just flowing with cash while trying to present itself as sympathetic to the various game developers who lost their jobs in the last year without acknowledging why the video game industry is going through its current struggles. Yeah, and that's true. A lot of studios have closed down because of bad games. And just not their games that have come out. The bad games that have been released haven't been profitable because they're pushing this agenda that it's not what everybody wants. So, I would expect when Witcher 4 comes out that it's gonna fail. Anyway, let's get into the meat of this. I wanted to talk about all the winners, and we'll just go down the line. So, the nominees for Game of the Year were pretty good, except for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, because it doesn't count as a game. It's an expansion. It's different from that. And I was glad that Astrobot won, because Astrobot pretty much like swept the board. Not a lot of people were wanting Black Myth Wukong to win, which is still a good game. But, since Astrobot swept the board, I feel like it was good enough to do that. And Astrobot winning Best Game Direction, I agree with that. It's a PlayStation exclusive, and it goes through 30 years or so many years of PlayStation history. It goes through multiple franchises. It was such a good game, especially Astro's Playroom. That was also pretty good. I did love that game too, even though it was packed in free with the PS5, which is very nice. Best Narrative, Metaphor ReFantazio. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard mixed things about it, so I don't know much about that. But I would have liked Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Silent Hill 2 to win. I know Silent Hill 2 is a remake, but it's still the same story from like 20 years ago when the original got released. Best Art Direction, Metaphor. I kind of respect it, but I would have liked either Astrobot or Black Myth, because Black Myth is based off a true story from the 1500s in China, which is very nice. Score music, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, I can get around that because they're using like all the combat music from like the original game, which is very nice. I really like that. Audio design, Senua Blade, Hellblade, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. I mean, it's alright, but it's just not that great, it's just, well, I've heard it wasn't great. I know the first one, Senua's Sacrifice, that was pretty good, but Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 didn't come to PS5, which is what I play on, and I was really disappointed, and it just didn't do that well. And then, I've had performance Melina Jerkins, so Senua's Saga, I think she was the one who played in Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, so she did an amazing job in that game, but in this game, I don't know, but I sort of respect it. I would have liked Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, who Brianna White played Aerith. Aerith is an amazing character in the remake because I platinumed the remake and did I platinumed it twice, and it was pretty insane. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown for innovation and accessibility. I respect that. Black Ops 6 is a new release. Veilguard and Outlaws, no, it is not. Those aren't good games, and I'm very glad this didn't win. But Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, I respect it. I haven't played a Prince of Persia game yet, but I would love to. I've heard a lot of good things about him, but eventually I'll get around to them. Neva, for Games for Impact, I didn't really understand this one, and I saw Tales of Gazzara Zal. That game was not good, from what I've heard. I'm not buying it. It pushes an agenda, so screw that game. Best ongoing game, Helldivers 2. I agree with that. And I even love the announcement for the next major update where the guy who was a Helldiver, he took his helmet off and said, "Citizens of Super Earth." I love that. Destiny 2, I didn't want that. Destiny 2 is not doing well. I'm going to say that right now. Community support, best community support, Baldur's Gate 3. 100% agree. Baldur's Gate 3's the community support has been amazing. So I totally respect that. Balatro, best independent game. I agree with that because it was made by one person. So I respect it. It's like a poker game in a way, but who knows if I'll play it. Best debut indie game, Balatro. Yeah, I agree with that too. Same thing as the last one. Best mobile game, Balatro. I also agree. Seems like it's a very good game. VR, AR game, Batman Arkham Shadow. I kind of disagree with that. I would have liked Metal Hellsinger VR. I've heard a lot of good things about that game. I really want to play it at some point. It's like a rhythm shooter game, so I respect it. I kind of disagree with that. But best action game, Black Myth Wukong, 100% good. It is a Souls-like game, but the story in it is just amazing. Intro, amazing. I'm near the end of chapter 3, but so far it's been really good. Best action adventure game, Astrobot. I agree. Like I said earlier, when it won Game of the Year and Best Game Direction, really good trip down memory lane from PlayStation. I respect that. And then Mothership crashes, and all the bots get scattered. You have to rescue like 300 something bots. I respect it. There's like 5 main bosses, including the final boss. But you know, it's a pretty good game. I really like it. Metaphor ReFantazio, I agree with that. You know, like, well, I don't know about that because, you know, like I said, I haven't played Metaphor, but who knows? I might at some point. I've heard mixed things about it. Best fighting game, Tekken 8? Yeah, I agree. You know, Tekken 8. I have played Tekken a little bit, but I'm not good at fighting games. I'll admit that. I'm a button masher. I can't play fighting games. Best family game, Astrobot? I 100% agree. You know, like I said, it's down a trip down memory lane from PlayStation. You know, the way it's done, no difficulty, no difficulty required, just straight. Admire the view. It shows DualSense features on PS5. Such a good game. Frostpunk. I've never played a Frostpunk game, so I don't know about this. Probably once I play this, I will possibly agree with it, but right now I'm kind of neutral on it right now. Best sports racing game, EA Sports FC25. You know what? I agree with that. You know, that's soccer. You know, I respect it. Like all these games, F1 24, NBA, WWE, they're all yearly games that come out, so I agree with that. Helldivers 2, best multiplayer game. I 100% agree. You know, you know, like recently I heard that there was an issue with one of the latest updates, and you know they fixed it right away. So you know, it's such a good game. You go down, kill bugs and all that stuff, and then extract. You know, it's pretty much that's up. Best adaptation, Fallout. I mean, I heard it was pretty bad, but you know, some people said it's really good. You know, because you know, I haven't really played much of the Fallout games. I've only played New Vegas and 3. I don't know if I'm gonna play 4. I'm not gonna play 76 because 76 was horrible. So, Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, I mean, I kind of disagree with that because that game's going downhill fast. I would have liked it was either if Death Stranding 2 goes on the beach, because I loved the first Death Stranding. That was a really good game. So, you know, I don't know. Content Creator Queso. I mean, I don't watch that many gamers that much, but, you know, I'm kind of neutral on that. But if you disagree, do let me know. Best esports game, League of Legends. You know, I expected that because League of Legends has been so popular for many years. It's got like millions of players, so I respect it. Best esports athlete, that I don't know. I'm not too familiar with these guys, so I'm kind of neutral on that. Best esports team, T1 League of Legends. You know, like I said, League of Legends such a good game, so you know, I consider that pretty good. Player's voice, Black Myth Wukong. I agree. Like I said, it's based on a true story. You know, it's a Souls-like element, kind of like Elden Ring and kind of like Genshin, but you know, still a good game. But anyway, those are my thoughts on some of these games. And if you have any questions or anything like that, do leave them down below. I will definitely try to answer them. I'm sure if you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.